We are finally back. When I say finally
back
from a 3-day voyage on MSC Seaside, and boy, oh boy, we got a conversation to be had.
Yes, we definitely have a conversation that we need to have with, you all.
Yes. So those who are interested, booking the MSC cruise, these are like the heads up.
Yes.
Because prepare yourself for maybe the worst. Maybe. We don't know, but we're going to share with you guys our experience on MSC Seaside. We did a 3-day voyage.
Yep.
We had a sea day.
Yes.
And then we visited their private island.
Yes, which was very short. It was only one port. I mean, to me, it was perfect for just a weekend getaway.
That was it.
That was it. Just a weekend getaway. If you want a quick weekend getaway and that's affordable, MSC.
MSC is the way to go. That's what we said at the end of our selling.
Yeah.
So we did, despite some hiccups, we made the best of it. Because we know there's so many mixed reviews, opinions, feedback on MSC, just in general, whether it's on their older ship or newer ship. But for us, we made the best of our vacation.
Right, because we're always going to bring the vibe. I mean, why pay this money, this hard-earned money?
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, that we're just going to sit here and mope around. No, we're going to make the best of anything out of any situation.
All right, so MSC Seaside is ranked number 13 out of 23 MSC ships. And then I want to jump straight into the cabin. We booked a deluxe interior room. If you don't know, we're budget conscious.
Yes, very much so.
And if you let's say a quick getaway, you don't want to spend too much money, an interior way is the go. That's what we did.
And honestly, everybody has their own thing. I'm not diehard for a balcony. I mean, to each his own, because we're barely in our room.
Yes.
And even when we get a balcony, I don't really be outside. We barely be outside of a balcony. So why not save that extra money? Put it towards something else. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I get the best sleep inside an interior room. I get the best sleep. I don't know what time of the day it is.
Hold on. We got to do this. If you love an interior room, you got to drop that in the comments. Let us know.
Drop it in the comment. Let me know. Do you guys be sleeping your butt off in the interior room? Because for me,
yes,
I get the best sleep in the interior room. It's dark. You don't know nothing that's going on. And I love it.
Yeah. Sometimes
it's cool with the balcony, but everybody have their preference. And how I see it is, if I'm not going to be in my room like that, we just have a room to lay our heads and shower.
Exactly.
That's it. And I seen some people going off in our vlog talking about, we booked an interior room. Yeah, because that's what we like. We book what we like.
Yeah.
We book what we like.
We're not trying to feint the funk. This is how we travel, and this is how we're able to go on more cruises, by booking an interior room.
Right, because you can take that money and literally put it towards somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you have to think smart. We don't stay in our rooms. We barely even go outside on the balcony if it's not for the views, pictures, or, to record or things like that. But come on now.
The room was spacious. It was a good enough space around the cabin. Everything was fairly new because the ship came out in 2017. The only drawback I didn't like is that was probably the smallest bathroom.
Yeah. Well, listen, it was bigger than Celebration bathroom though.
No, Virgin has the smallest, but
really?
After that, I feel like it's MSC.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't really like the bathroom, but overall, the size of the cabin was a good enough amount of space. How much did we pay for MSC Seaside? All right, so I got to break it down for my first-time cruisers. So you get a weekend getaway, 3-day cruise, 1 sea day, 1 port, the room that you booked, which is your room accommodation, all the food that's included, basic beverages, entertainment, activities, so much, so forth. We paid $358.
That's it. That is it.
Yes.
For a weekend. You can't beat that. No other vacation. Can't beat that.
So their prices are budget friendly.
Yes.
Compared to other cruise line. And we were like, look, a lot of our viewers, our supporters, they asked us, are we going to do an MSC cruise? I feel like it's a new year.
Yeah.
New us. Let's just do it. So did I get my money's worth? It's here and there, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like we said, so many mixed reviews from, I mean, we got to talk about like from the entertainment, from, I think overall, it's just the food.
The food. So if you're a foodie, like for us, I mean,
let's just jump into the food.
Yeah, let's just get into it because honestly, everything you hear about MSC, the first thing they say is the food is bad, is terrible, is bland. So we wanted to try it for ourselves. Because on our lives, because we do have our live every Wednesday. So on our lives,
you got a shameless plug. When we gather 7 p.m. every Wednesday, it's a community where we get to talk about cruising, and life.
Yeah, we just chill on there and just have a great time. But on our lives, so many people warned us about the food.
Yes.
And for me, I was like, it can't be that bad. But you know what? I'm gonna take heed. And I'm going to listen to our cruise family. And
they looked out.
They were not lying.
They came clutch.
Everything they said about the food. Everything they said down to the pizza was the best thing out there. They did not lie to us.
Yes.
Not one lie was told.
Now, here's what I'm going to say about the food. I've even watched a lot of YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. You can book a specialty dining and it could be hit or miss.
Yeah.
You could eat in the buffet. It could be hit or miss. You could eat at the main dining room.
It could be hit or miss.
It could be hit or miss. But overall, for the selling, I wasn't pleased with the food.
Not impressed at all.
Yeah, it was. I remember saying this in a live. It made me appreciate other cruise lines that are not fairly great, but as far as like
the food.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, being that we're like, I'm
keeping it
somewhat
real.
A foodie.
Yeah.
I like food, but then there's sometimes I get tired of food. But I just felt like just eating a pizza, fruits, and when we did the specialty dining at the Teppanyaki.
That was pretty good. I think it's called Kato Teppanyaki.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty good because I did a lot of research and they said that was probably like the best venue on the ship. With good food. And we booked it. I enjoyed the food experience.
I enjoyed it from the entertainment to the food. Kept us on our feet. To me, that was by far the best. Main dining room was a miss. We did the tour day brunch, which was sea day brunch. Some was good, some wasn't good. So it was a hit or miss.
And then you had a fly in your food.
When then I had a whole fly on my plate.
Yeah, it was a turnoff.
A crazy mess. But like I said, there's goods that come with the bad. So it just all depends.
Yeah.
It just all depends.
Because we've read a lot of reviews on the Facebook groups. People are saying the same thing on World America, and that's a newer ship.
Yeah, that's their newer ship that just came out.
And they're not pleased with the food.
Yeah. And let me tell you something, but the thing is too, everyone's taste palette is not the same.
It's different.
Food is very subjective. Like what you find that you like, I may not like it.
Right.
And what I like, he may not like it.
Right.
So that's where I feel like where the mixed review comes in. Because some people enjoy the food. Some people don't see nothing wrong with the food.
Right.
As far as us, it just wasn't there for us.
Right. And I always got to keep in mind too, because for every cruise line, you're always going to have a loyal base, like a loyal fan. And that's why we're not being too harsh, because we know, first of all, people's going to come in the comments.
Yes.
Right? But this is just a transparent, honest review on our experience.
Yeah, this is our experience. Nobody else, but this is what we viewed, and this is our honest review.
Right.
So for us, the food wasn't impressive. It wasn't pleasing.
This is like, for us, this is what we said, surviving Seaside.
Yeah.
Good thing it was only 3 days, because if it was a 7-day, I don't think I could last that long. I
don't know what I would have done.
Right.
And this is an advice for anybody. If you're trying out a newer ship or a newer cruise line, try to do they're less selling
yes.
and not they're longer selling, so you can see if you actually like it or not. Because if this was a 7-day, I would have lost my mind.
Right.
Thank God we did only 3 days. Like 3 days is perfect to try it out, test the water, see if we like it or not. But after what I experienced on this selling, I think 3 days was perfect.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. All right. So like we said, sea day is a sea day. That's just your opportunity to explore the ship, to relax. But
join the activities.
Yeah.
And what I did notice with MSC, they had 80-something activities on board during sea day. So there was something that you love to do or that you wanted to get engaged in. And they had so much activities going on in the ship. So that, I give that to them for sea day.
Yes. So we said, and our experience, it wasn't the best.
And it wasn't the worst.
It wasn't the worst. We made it a vibe. And you can check out our vlog that we published. So check that out to see it from our perspective and our view. I want to jump into Ocean Cay, which is their private island. What I did like about, first of all, it's beautiful.
It's very beautiful, the view.
Very beautiful. I'm seeing it from on top of the ship too. What I like about MSC is their ship docked for a period of like 11 to 12 hours on the island.
Yeah.
So you don't have to rush to get off the ship. You can take your time.
Right.
They do have a sunset party on the island.
Yes, that is true. A beach sunset party, which I think was really, really cool. And it was fun. You know, we got to get on and get back off of the ship, and we got to enjoy the party and then go to the lighthouse. Yeah. And then also watch the light show as well. So I think that was pretty nice. And it's quieter. Yes. It's more chill.
Very chill. So it's not going to be your Coco Cay, your Celebration Cay. It's just somewhere to go and relax. On the beach.
Yeah, it's a beach day with your family. You chilling. I mean, unless you booked an excursion, I saw the jet skiing, the ferry, like those type of things. But other than that, it's just like a good old beach day with your family. And then they have those food trucks that is also out there too. So it's like 2 food trucks. But keep in mind that they do close early, between like 3 and 4 o'clock. So they do close early if you want to catch those food trucks.
So the food, again, the food was edible, but it wasn't satisfying. That's how I would describe on the island. It is not that much to do. I did like the bar that we went to, the Lighthouse Bar. That is a beautiful view where you can see the ship from afar by the lighthouse. But overall, I think their island is just, like we said, if it's a 3-day getaway, you just want to escape, and that's a perfect fitting for you.
Yes, very chill, very lax.
All right, pros and cons.
Yes, you know, there's goods with the bad.
Yeah, so let's do the cons.
So some of the cons are, what we found for us was some of the staff members came off as rude and unintended, which I didn't like.
Rude.
Yeah, I didn't too much
not
like
welcoming.
That. Yeah, I didn't too much like that.
Yeah.
Not all, just some.
Some.
Not all.
Right.
It felt like there was a lack of diversity when it came to the music selection.
Very true.
Even down to the club, the first two nights. Don't get me wrong, I could bump to music, like any type of genre of music, but when it becomes that's all they were doing,
I'm 4 days straight, it was nothing but Hispanic and Latin music.
Right. I mean, I could get down with the get down because, hey, we're used to it. We live in Miami.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to see a more diverse, you know, other music, Caribbean music at least, because we're in the Caribbean, you know. That would have been a plus for them. But I guess they need to work on the music selection. And it may just be, it was our selling, I don't know. But that was our experience. Right. The same playlist of songs, they played the same songs. I didn't understand it, but I still knew that it was the same song. The food was cold majority of the time. I hate cold food. Yeah. With a passion.
Yeah, the first day.
Burger.
I grabbed like 2 burgers. They looked good, honestly. Bit into it, it was all cold.
His burger was cold because what happened is they pre-made the burgers. So it's not fresh, it's not warm, like it was just cold. So the food was cold majority of the time. A lot of the foods were pre-made. And like we said, the burger, the food were bland. They didn't have much taste to them. The desserts, even worse. They were even more bland. I told my husband, this is the most I've seen so much of like food waste.
Yeah.
People will pile their plates up and probably take a bite or two and just walk away and leave it there. I just felt like a lot of people, even people who we had conversations with on our selling, said that the food, they were part of the yacht club, said that the food wasn't impressive. They didn't like the food. That's all that we've been hearing. A lot of people are saying that they didn't like the food. So it's not only us.
Yeah.
There was a wait time for the elevator, sometimes up to 5 minutes. Although they're like the technology elevators, you know, the modern elevators where you click it, where you press the button at the deck you're going to and assign you an elevator. But those kind of elevators took a while sometimes.
Yeah.
The buffet would be overcrowded at times.
Yes, so there's 2 buffets. We're talking about the one on deck 16. It's a smaller buffet, and then the bigger one is on deck 8, which is the marketplace buffet. That one you're able to like walk around. There's plenty more options. But then again too, there's like high peaks. Yeah. When the buffet would be busy, overcrowded. And what I like about MSC is not only can you sit inside, you can sit outdoors too.
So there was always, you know, available spaces for you to be in.
Right.
But it was just the one on deck 16 where I feel like it was only one section. So it wasn't sectioned off. So everybody was in that space and people were just bumping shoulders. It was just crowded. That was the only thing about the buffet. So tell them about the pros.
All right, the pros. That's what I like. So the ship aesthetics and layout was beautiful.
Yes.
Like, despite the food and all, like MSC do have beautiful ships.
Yes, they do. They sure enough do.
Like European aesthetics, the color palettes from the atrium to their pool layout, all beautiful. Like they got
very beautiful. They have that down pack. I'll give that to MSC. The Michael Jackson show was the best show as far as the entertainment. And I know, and I peeped, like, they left that show on the last day. And they know why they did that. So they wanted to go out with a bang, which they did. I will give that to them. That has to be by far the #1 show for me at sea.
Yes, we've been on a lot of cruises. I've been on a lot of cruise ships. That one right there. I mean, we're talking about Michael Jackson. Iconic.
And then
King of Pop.
They chose the right person. He did his thing, like every little detail.
From the uniform to the dance to the choreography to the lighting.
Everything. And if you want to check it out, it's also in our vlog. Like we kind of put snippets of it in our vlogs too. So you can check that out too. If that's one of the shows that you're interested in, you can definitely check it out.
So pro tip, book it early.
Yes.
Book it early because there's 2 shows, 7:30 and 9:30. And it was packed. Like we've been booked it, but seeing the amount of people standing up because they couldn't get the reservation, like just says something about that show.
For sure. That's a great tip. Definitely make reservations for that show if that's something you're interested in.
Right. And my favorite part, what I liked about MSC Seaside was the nightlife. Despite the Hispanic music, look, anywhere where there's music, I'm gonna have a time. I'm gonna move my feet, and that's what we did. Like I was invited to the cookout.
A good beat is a good beat, and I'm still gonna dance.
Yes.
So
I love their nightlife. I didn't like the white night. Yeah, because they were going like to like different nations,
different countries. Like, it was still like Latin. They were still like in the Latin area of the countries. But I wish they would have. Again, I would have loved to see more of a diversity when it came to the music. Yes.
So our overall rating for MSC Seaside, if you don't know, we're like the Keithley of the seas, right? This is our first time. We gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take us some time to recover.
Yeah.
Going back to MSC, and we're still trying to. I know the food itself, like that did the damage.
Yeah, the food just did it for us. It was the flop.
Yeah.
The entertainment, it was a balance.
Yeah, because it progressively kept getting better as the days went on for the entertainment.
For the entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah, as far as the entertainment, I would give that to them. But like I said, If you're a foodie, I don't think this is for you.
Yeah, it's not.
You'll be very disappointed in the food. But if you care about the nightlife, the entertainment, the activities, or just a quick getaway, this is perfect for you.
Yes.
Perfect.
So you heard it from us. We kept it real. We kept it transparent. We kept it authentic. This is our review on MSC Seaside. So let us know in the comments, have you ever sailed with MSC before?
Yep.
We want to hear from you guys. Share your thoughts or your experience in the comments down below.
Let us know.
Yeah, so it's your host with the most, Vince.
And it's your girl, Arlene.
And with the Royalty Adventures, we will see you, maybe, I don't know, on another MSC.
We don't know.
We don't know. Peace.